As a musician, he is the most reliably focused guy I've ever played with on stage. If I happen to lose my train of thought, he's right on the beam and can pull me back onto the beam in a few moments. He's so 100% musically engaged in every nano division of every beat.
He's the top in his field, and he's the same way on and off stage. He knows what he's doing. He's a confident player. He's one of the best in the business.
And that's the kind of thing Todd brings. You know, he's very gregarious, and so he winds up being friends with people that, you know, when I'm done with this, I go home. And Todd will wind up going to England and hanging out with the Who, and he, you know, he's that great of a hang that people like having him back there.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, what's up, everyone? I am at the Tulalip Amphitheater, where I'm about to meet one of the world's best rock drummers, Mr. Todd Sucherman. Now he's playing with his band Styx at this theater, and we're going to take a look at what it's like to be one of the world's best drummers on the road 7 to 8 months a year, playing over 115 shows a year, what things he does to relax, and the stress and everything that goes into it. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Hi,
Todd.
how are you? Come on in.
Good, buddy. How you doing, man?
Fantastic to see you.
Good to see you too, buddy.
We had a very interesting night last night. We have a band bus and we have a crew bus. And we get to the gig and the crew bus breaks down and breaks down hard. You know, we were in Boise last night, which is 526 miles away from where we are right now. So what we had to do was give the crew our bus because they had to drive through the night to be here. And we flew last night. So we got off stage at 9 p.m., had 5 minutes to change, had a police escort, a double police escort that took us right to the airport for a 9:50 flight to Seattle. So it was harrowing. It was just like, hope no one T-bones us, you know, as we're going. It's a weird way to live, but it works out, and it's all I've known really for most of my adult life.
I think the rain has let up a little bit, guys. I'm going to see if I can quick change these heads here. Been working for Todd since February 11th, 2002. And we have a great working relationship. It's more like, I kind of look at it more like a golfer and his caddy. Sometimes I'll see something and I'll suggest to him about it, but I don't try to change him up much. And I tell him every night when he comes out here, I always tell him, have fun out here when you play. And it means something, you know. But sometimes you might not feel like playing, or you're sick, or there could be a dozen reasons. But just go out, this is what you do. This is your living. You're one of the luckiest guys in the world. Go out there and have some fun. Don't take life too serious, you know?
So this is what's inside Styx dressing room cooler. V8, Heineken, and a bottle of wine.
Yeah, and then we got there's a bottle of Pinot Grigio and a bottle of Sauvignon Blanc.
This is your jam, though, right?
So
here.
this is here. This is the Fever Tree tonic water that the Naturally Light. They make 4 different tonic waters. This with Hendrick's gin or any good gin is really good, but Hendrick's and the Fever Tree Naturally Light. I tell you, it's life-ruiningly delicious. I don't even know what this is. This is the venue's trailer.
Right.
And I mean, normally, you know, when you're playing an arena, you'll have a hockey team dressing room type of thing, and then you can kind of dress it up to have it not be so sort of grim. Or some of the old theaters that were built in in the teens or 20s, will all have our own dressing room, and it'll be like this big,
right?
With a sink.
Yeah.
And that's it, and with a shared bathroom down the hall.
Yeah.
This is my warm-up station. This is my wardrobe case back here. So basically, I will choose the ensemble. This year, it's been the year of sparkles. So I've been going sparkly. I know I could either be an ice skater or a drummer with this shirt.
Yeah.
It depends. This is what I tape up my fingers with, which you'll see the 3M Nextcare active strips, the active tape, hairspray, more hot sauce, Zelly's pepper and gum, Advil in the leaves for when I'm in pain, the middle drawer. This is where this lives. This was actually a gift from Brian Hitt from REO Speedwagon and Bill Cardwell. It's CNC. It's a 13-inch shell.
Oh, cool.
With a pearl muffle head. With a Pintec rubber hoop saver around it. Right? It responds like a drum. And when you hit rim shots,
You guys are all in here. I see keyboardists can practice.
yeah, I know. We're all set up in the other room. Hi, Jimmy. In the other room, we have 2 guitar rigs. And Ricky's got a bass guitar and a bass rig in here.
Very cool.
And then, when we're all in sort of a big dressing room, we can put these things together, and we could work on something we're working on, or we're working up something new, or we're changing an arrangement or something like that. We could all be in one spot and sort of play together and work it out.
Right.
What shall we play? What do the drums want to say today? Like rain, outdoor gigs, and being underneath all this metal, and and I want the audience to be comfortable too. I don't want them to be wet or standing out in a field of mud. I did have one Spinal Tap moment where we used to have this this banner is too small a word. This giant scrim roll that would come down at the end of the night, the last note, like. Sticks, this big thing behind the stage, huge, with the band's logo. And we hit the last note, and the next thing I know, it's lights out. The entire kit is covered by this black, heavy scrim, and I'm I'm down like that. And I know it had to look bad because the first person to uncover me was George Packer, our tour manager, who must have thought I was, crushed back there by this thing that's literally, it's as big as if you could see the back here. It's as big as that. This whole thing came down, covered me like a parachute.
But the road is, the place where you really, if you can take it, a lot of guys hate it. They don't want to do it. I know some really great session guys, studio musicians that are amazing players that I've tried to get to come on the road in the past, and it's not for them.
It's nice to have a crew that's on it and dedicated, and everybody in our crew has been here for a long time. Everybody's a good person. As long as you are giving it your all every time, you'll be employed as long as we keep doing this.
Right.
That's one of the most important parts about being on the road. If you're a good hang, and people look forward to seeing you every time you show up, and the bus rides are better because you're on that bus ride, then that helps make you a band that can go out and play year after year and play as many shows as we have, and still look forward to seeing each other, and still look forward to getting up on that stage, and our shows go by like that. They're so much fun. He and Lawrence, they're like these long lost brothers. They both like the same kind of TV shows and cartoons. There's like a couple of kids in the back watching Family Guy, or they'll get on a binge watching thing with like Better Call Saul or things like that.
Are you doing that, Lawrence?
Look at me! Never met a more annoying individual in my life. Who? Oh, the drummer.
The drummer.
Oh, right. Oh, that guy. Right. He can be such a joyful irritant. So, for example, he has one bit he does. I'll just give you a bus thing. This is nice and easy. And on the bus, because I sleep top bunk and he's right across from me, bottom bunk. When I get into my bunk at night, I really am in my own private area, and I want to be like completely undisturbed, as anyone would. Any natural beast would be that way. He just has this very annoying thing he calls zombie arms, where just as I'm dozing off to sleep, and the bus is kind of rocking back and forth on the highway, and we're going, fairly quick clip, and I'm just about to doze off to sleep, and suddenly these arms come into my bunk like this, through the curtains, and it's just the most disturbing thing, and so annoying, and honestly, he should be missing a lot more teeth at this point.
Yeah. Zombie arms.
There it is. Yeah. See, it's fun from a distance. From a distance, it's fun.
What was the most annoying thing about me?
You're the third most annoying.
All right, back to our regularly scheduled program. There are some people that have challenged me, saying that if I had proper technique, I wouldn't need this. And I'd say, I do have proper technique. And I just play like a man. I often say, and it's an old Billy Connolly line that I'm stealing, but sometimes I get on stage and I think, finally, alone at last. The phone's not ringing, the emails aren't dinging, there's no, hey Todd, can you come over here? Hey Todd, can you sign these 50 posters? I can kind of get up here and it's like, hey, this is why I'm here. I get to do this now. Life goes away when I'm here. This is the moment where I get to connect with who I am and who my bandmates are on a primal level, and have that connection with the audience who is, it doesn't matter that it's the 3,000th time I've played a song. It's new when I get out there and I see those faces, or I see someone burst into tears at a song, or I see two buddies like high five each other when we begin a song, like they're playing that one. That energy and that fuel that we get up here, that's what we never phone it in. You can't phone it in when your audience is doing that. We're putting on a rock show.
Tommy has a great saying. This is a couple of years ago. He was getting on the bus and he goes, "Man, it's great to see you guys. My charm was wearing thin at home." I think that's the way we all feel. Yeah. There's a certain time where, okay, let's get back on the road. Let's get back to what we love and what we do. But this is where we really become ourselves.
Sometimes he's our teacher, helping us figure out, where to play on the beat. That's something we never abided by. If you listen to Styx in the 70s, we didn't think about that sort of thing, about steady. By working with him these years, we've settled back, and we appreciate playing fatter now.
I get to play music with musicians who deeply care about their performance, and guys that can play and sing as well as they do. And I'm playing music that was on records that I had as a kid growing up. I saw this band 3 times as a kid growing up. So, what else would I want to be doing? It's a great job to have. They're great people. It's a great organization. It's fun. And again, they really care about it. Some bands that have been around a long time are ghosts of their former selves. This band has never sounded better than it does right now. And that's what excites me as a musician. And excites me to get out and to play this music in front of an audience. And this music means a lot to the audience. I can see that and feel that night after night.